Hello, online world. This is Off the Record with Migs Bustos, and today we talk about women and sports. We talk to veteran sportscasters, CESCA Litton-Kalaw, and Riki Flores-Reyes, who has been
Hello. Yes.
in the industry, interviewing NBA players, and since kakalabas lang ng Last Dance episodes, we talk about NBA. So, hello, CESCA. Hello, Riki. How are you guys?
Hi. Hi. I'm
Good,
okay.
Thanks for having us.
All right. So, kumustahin ko lang kayo life in ECQ. CESCA, how is it like now? Quarantine life.
Still figuring out if marunong pa ako magsalita in front of the camera. So far, hello.
Well, I can't really complain. I have 2 kids to look after, so that's keeping me busy
Yeah.
24/7.
They're
Yeah,
so cute.
yun lang, sobrang bihira na yung me time kasi bawal silang lumabas, bawal sila mag-park, bawal sila mangapit bahay. So they're with us.
Well, guys, for the ones watching this video, we talk about the NBA and a ton of combined. You know, I was digging up through the Instagram feeds of CESCA and Riki last night, and grabe, combined, ang dami na lang na interview ng NBA players, and we're just going to get their thoughts and their experiences on them. But first, tanungin ko muna, Riki, what is your favorite team and who is your favorite player?
Bulls.
Oh.
I thought I was wearing my Bulls. I'm not wearing it anymore. But Bulls, and my favorite player has always been Derrick Rose. CESCA knows this.
I know. I know.
CESCA knows this.
My kwento
Yeah,
si Ricky.
it's always been the Bulls, Migs.
In the Bulls, so saktong-sakto. Last Dance, ikaw, CESCA.
Tinawag na nga ako Mrs. Wade ni Drew Arellano kaya, di ba? So, yeah. My life has been relatively quiet since Dwayne Wade retired. Parang na-lost ako for a little bit. But yeah, I always made this joke before na Mrs. Wade, I would tweet masama yung game niya na parang taga lang guys, kausapin ko siya mamaya pag uwi niya. No, but I feel like that journey was such a roller coaster. Like I remember when he ended up playing for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Katweet ko si Ricky, katweet ko si Shock. Yung mga Bulls fans, I'm like, hi guys. Can I sit with you for a little bit?
So,
yeah, I remember.
Does it say, CESCA, na heat din ang team mo following Dwayne Wade?
Yeah. Parang, honestly, affected talaga ako nung nawala sa Heat for a while. Like, to the Cavs. Parang, alam mo yung feeling na, ano na yung life purpose ko.
Now, for the benefit of our viewers, of course, CESCA and Riki worked a lot in the broadcast industry, and with Solar, CNN, and BTV, and you girls got to actually interview lots and lots of NBA players.
Yeah, dude. Mm-hmm.
Riki, how was the whole experience like? Left and right when they would go here and it would also cover the All-Star game.
I can't. Oh, there's really nothing like it. The past experiences that I had with BTV All-Star Weekend, when they would send me and a cameraman and a producer to All-Star Weekend, hindi siya na-describe ng basta-basta.
Yeah.
It's not just you going there to watch your idols play. Like, you have to sort of suppress that side of you, and you have to bring out the broadcaster, and you have to be professional and things like that. So, and at the same time, feeling jet lag. Yep. You're lagging around. You're lugging around all of your equipment.
And kalaban mo lahat ng press.
And kalaban mo lahat ng matatangkad na press na iba't ibang lahi na talagang go-getter sila, and here you are, some meek child. But it has worked to my advantage. Some players have taken me as like a child, then they give me priority. It's happened before, and it's been pretty surreal. I still, when I look pictures, I still can't believe that I was to rub elbows with these people. Yeah.
How about you, Cheska? With a sports desk a few years back, stars would actually come to your show.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AI
I'm-
interview.
Yeah.
Dude, I worked so hard to get that interview. And when I found out that it's coming out here, late Cheryl Reyes, rest in peace. I did not stop bugging her. As in, Cheryl, hindi pwedeng hindi siya mag-guest sa show ko. As in, he couldn't come on show live, but we were able to get him to agree to a taped episode. And I remember, like, we had just wrapped up the live broadcast of Sports, and they were actually in Capital Commons, which is down the road from the school. So talaga, as in parang, kasi kumakain pa siya, ganyan, baba, pupuntahan ko kayo, susunduin ko kayo. As in, I left the studio, brought my car, picked them up, brought them back to the studio, and then I brought the one memorabilia that I held onto from the 2007 All-Star that I covered in Vegas. It was this small All-Star basketball, and it has one signature on it. It's Allen Iverson's. And I just like, I'm so sorry, like, I never got to do this while at the All-Star weekend, but would it be okay for if you sign this ball? He's like, you didn't get anyone to sign it. And I'm like, it makes it even more special. It's only your signature.
That's one of the realities of, you know, what we do in media. It's not going to be handed to you in a silver platter.
Dude.
Schedule mo. I mean, you had to go out, Cheska, and just really get Allen Iverson. But for you, Ricky, was there a experience na talagang hindi mo na let go, na you really had to, you know, earn it and go for it to interview somebody?
This is not really interview somebody, but just to get up close and like close enough to somebody that I really, really look up to. I saw Scottie Pippen in the last All-Star weekend that I went to, and that was in New York. And he was in the hotel lobby, and I think he was with his wife. But I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, Scotty, can I get a picture with you?" And he was like, "No, I'm sorry." And then he walked away, and I was like, "Wow, see what it feels like, pala."
Wow.
Like there are some athletes that are next level that they really don't like the press. And this is something that I know that Cheska knows, is because sometimes when they're cranky or they're stars or they get interviewed a lot for the media, they sort of dislike the media. Because they feel like they're being hounded, and they feel like they're just being interviewed for sound bites, and then later like it comes off totally different. So I think that's one of the things that I learned, is that their attitude towards the media, if you get to a certain level, it becomes medyo skewed.
And it's also like they've been doing this for most of their lives. Parang unless there's a new story to tell, parang it becomes, I feel like it's so redundant for them na. Parang nasagot ko na yan eh. Nagawa ko na yan. So why do I have to keep doing this over and over again? And maybe it's also because they're already, as you said, like they're already such superstars. They're at the point where they can say no.
Yeah.
Parang it's something they've earned already. Pero syempre as fans, masakit. This is my one and only chance.
So now we kind of transition to the next part of our interview. As I mentioned kanina, Cheska and Ricky, nag-dig up talaga ako kagabi ng mga pictures ninyong dalawa. So I will start my share screen, and I'll start with you first, Cheska. Once I show up, please share a brief experience.
Kinakabahan ako bigla.
Photo.
What is this?
Surprise to. Neither Cheska nor Ricky about the pictures that I'm going to show. So first picture is here.
Okay.
Wedding picture yata yun
The 2007 NBA All-Star Week in Vegas.
Dude, you look the same. You look exactly the same.
I think I gained about 30 pounds since that photo, but thank you so much for being kind.
You look the same.
So
Nene ko pa.
here, dito sa photo na to.
sorry. Okay. So, I remember like I flew from Manila to LA, then LA to Vegas, and then by the time I got to Vegas, as in, I was waiting for my producer Donna. I was waiting for Donna to arrive, and then as soon as she arrived at the airport, I opened my mouth to say hi. Biglang nawala yung boses ko. As in, paos. As in, nothing. Oh my God. Yung squeaky.
Oh my
Ang
gosh.
pangit. And yung mukha ni Donna, she was like, anong nangyari sa'yo? I was like, I don't know. Oh my God. As in, the interview was scheduled for that morning. So I didn't talk the whole time. I believe I shared that interview with, I think that was Chingay Andrada. And then the interview went great. I was so nervous, but again, like this Dwayne Wade we're talking about, my gosh. At the end of the interview, Wade stood up, like he was super gracious and thanking me for the interview, and he goes, "So how'd you lose your voice? Singing?" Oh my God!
Next photo for you, Ricky.
Yes.
There you go.
Steph.
2015. 2015, tama ba?
Grabe to.
Yes.
2015.
Kasama tayo dyan.
Yeah, si Tin was there also.
Yeah.
We were working for, oh my gosh. So I was still working with this was my last interview with BTV, and it was Steph Curry. And I remember that they were so strict with Steph that you only had like 5 minutes or like 10 minutes to get your questions in. As in, sobrang strict. And I'm holding a cap there. It's a black Steph Curry cap of my writer. And he said, if you can, please just try to squeeze it in and just try to get him to sign it. So when I had him sign it at the end of my interview, I wasn't able to get a picture anymore. But buta na lang may mga ganito. There's one that he's looking right at me. And it's like the best thing ever. It looks like he's in love with me. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so at the last minute, I asked him to sign it. And then his handler started getting angry. She's like, Ricky,
Yeah.
I told you not to do this.
Wow.
And I was like, whatever. It's my last interview. It's fine. At least he got the signature on the cap.
Oh, ito na. AI.
Yan na. Prized interview.
That is in the studio of Sports Desk. And then that was after the interview already. He to be fair, you know how obviously because of the practice episode, parang he didn't exactly get a good rep with interviews and stuff. But you know what? When he was with us, he stayed. He took photos with not just us, but with the staff, with the crew. He was genuinely excited to be there, and he was genuinely friendly. And then I remember like Gino just posted a clip from that interview on his Instagram. Na parang Gino asked him about his crossover, like crossing up MJ. Na parang nakakaaliw lang yung even guys like Allen Iverson. Yung kwento niya na when he was saying when he was looking at Jordan, the first time he ever played against Jordan, like he was looking at the shoes and he was like, those are the real Jordans. You know? Stories like that.
Okay, next photo. Sorry. Is this one.
Hey, the beard. This is he was here with who did he come here with? No, he was here with somebody else. But I remember in this interview, I asked him if I could touch his beard. And then he looked at me coldly and he said no. Yeah, but that's him, man. That's James Harden.
Sabi ni Scottie Pippen, no, Ricky. Sabi ni James Harden on the beard, no, can't touch this.
Yeah, dude, I keep giving you all these sad stories of my failed conquests.
Hey, at least you tried.
Yeah,
at least you tried.
And
yeah,
that's what
see,
matters.
this is just a lesson. You know, sometimes you just have to shoot your shot. You just have to shoot your shot.
This one, I posted this earlier.
Yeah!
Ron Harper.
Ron Harper.
This topic na tayo ngayon. So, Ron Harper
Yes.
to the ring.
Yes. I now know what it feels like to be an NBA champion. Whatever. No, but yeah, he was very gracious. He let Gino try the ring on also. You know, like he sat beside me for a little bit during the actual Pacers Rockets game. Very machika, very madaldal, very friendly, just such a good guy. That was such a joy.
All right. Now, speaking.
Did you ask him if he likes orange soda?
No.
Did you see that episode of Keenan and Kel?
Yeah,
That was the best. That was the best episode. He slipped an orange soda, and then they injured him.
Kids who will watch this episode will probably be like, Keenan and Kel.
Yes.
Ano yun?
Ano yun?
What's Keenan and Kel?
And then, ano yung orange soda? What's that?
Oh my gosh. Royal, guys.
Royal through orange.
Talking about The Last Dance kahit papano. And this one. Here you go, Ricky.
Boom! So you tried see Ron Harper's rings. I tried Horace Grant's rings as well. And I gotta say, those things are so nice, no? They're rings. But like you can't really sport them, you and I, on a daily basis because they're huge.
It's a door knocker for us. You know those mansions na may nakakabit na pang katok kasi no one's gonna hear you knock. Yan, ganun yung feeling.
Yes. Ganon.
So how was this?
Ganon. But I love it though because all of his rings were different. And it's so good that syempre because, you know, I'm a Bulls fan. So just to see them in like different forms, I was like, wow, that must be so cool.
So the next photo that we're going to see is the MVP before he became MVP.
Giannis. This was this is New Orleans All-Star Weekend, and this was during the media game. So All-Star Weekend, since there's a lot of media people from different countries, they sort of bring everybody together via a pickup game for the media. And ever since I started attending All-Star Weekend games, parang the crew, the camera guys, the hosts, they're always saying, "Oh, attend the media game because you get freebies. You know, you get the free towel, you get the free shirt, you get the free ano." So I'm like, okay, even though I don't play basketball, let's attend the media game. So I did, and Giannis was one of the coaches, and Steven Adams, I think. So it was Team Giannis versus Team Steven, and Giannis was just coaching all the media guys and giving everybody a good boost. And then I was taking pictures, and he was all of a sudden directing me to take pictures of the team and to take pictures of him. Sobrang kenkoy. As in, ang kenkoy ni Giannis. There's no word for it. It was just a really good experience. And then the last one, I asked if I could take a picture of my hand against his.
That's so cool.
See? Yon, pumayag na siya.
Pumayag na siya. Oh,
Pumayag na siya.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
Ricky and I have an intertwined experience from this day. But sige, I'll let her tell that story. I'll just throw in my input later on when she tells it. But yeah, so obviously this was after he got injured. And he came out here. I remember asking him because even in interviews after his injury, he would still say that he was the best player in the NBA. And I remember asking him about that. And he goes, parang something like, you still have to believe, like no matter what, you still have to believe you're the best. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then who will? Yung parang everyone's counting you out na eh. And like what, a couple of years later, a few years later, he dropped 50 points. Like just getting to interview him. Like he's not madaldal, diba? Like he's not like isang tanong sampung sagot eh. It's just he's very straight to the point, but you know that he is dead serious about what he does. And he loves what he does. And yung parang, there are moments na parang feeling parang shy pa siya. I don't know.
Parang
Yeah.
geek. Yeah.
So Ricky was the one who was going to interview him after.
Okay.
What did you say? You were never able to find?
I was scrolling through your feed, pero siguro hindi ko siya nakita itong photo na to.
I've had a photo with Derrick Rose in that same setup. Jessica's right. Like we were there on the same day, but like, wait. So we were there on the same day, but then my picture came out. Like I was holding a microphone and a marker and parang it looked like I was giving the finger while we took the photo. It looked like I was flipping everybody off. Yeah, no, I swear. It looked like I was standing beside him, right? And it looked like I was going like that.
So your hands were
Oh.
so kaya parang yun ang nangyari.
Yeah. My hands were just weird. They were just all over the place. I was holding so many things trying to keep it cool. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got a photo with Derrick Rose." And then when I looked at it, I was like, I can't post this. It looks so obscene. So I've never posted it until like last year or 2 years ago, where I asked somebody to edit it out. The story that Cheska was saying was that when she was done and I was about to enter, she goes like, "Oh my God, Ricky, this girl, she loves you, Derrick. Like she's such a huge fan. Here she is. This is Ricky." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's me. I love you."
No, like,
I love
okay,
you.
can I just say though, his reaction was so genuine. Like, he just looked
Yeah.
at Ricky and then he looked at me and he goes, "Really?" Like, yung smile niya. He was so happy
Yeah.
hearing it. And then I looked at Ricky and her face was like, "Yeah, hi."
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
And like, we don't really get these chances. It's these
Shoot your
interviews, like, we are so blessed to be in a position that we get to do what we do. But also,
Yeah.
like, in the long run, we end up becoming fans naman talaga. I mean, we wouldn't be loving what we do if we weren't fans in the first place.
True.
But yung that was Ricky's shot.
Yeah.
I just gave her the assist.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Got to interview her ultimate in Dwayne Wade. What was it like, Ricky, for
Yeah.
interviewing your ultimate in Derrick Rose?
It was a 5-minute interview, but it felt like 2 minutes. Like it was so quick. And yeah, it was a dream come true to be able to just sit down with him and just talk to him face to face. I've always said that he has the best lashes. Like they're the longest lashes that I've ever seen on any human being, women included. At one point in Orlando, I asked him that straight up. I was like, "Why are your lashes so nice?" And everybody kept laughing. All of the other media people around me must have been like, "What the hell is she asking?" But I had to know. I was like, "Why are your lashes so nice?" And then he just laughed at me. And then he went on to the next serious question. But again, shoot your shot, right? Shoot your shot.
You conclude this view, Chess. Final word on women in sports. When is sports gonna be back?
And sports.
Thoughts on that?
Yes.
We need more women in sports. I have been doing this for quite some time now. Yeah. I am only here because of people who took the time to mentor me. I am only here because of people who took the time to pave the way for other women in sports. And I'm hoping that more women do end up in sports because it's a great world, guys.
It is.
Anyway.
Ricky, for you, you are now of course, a full-time mom, and
Mm-hmm.
sports has really had a big impact on your life and career. But what can you say on how is this, kumbaga lifelong siya eh. Diba? We talk about these experiences and ano siya, it's
Mm-hmm.
keep.
I just, I feel like we're all storytellers, and at the end of the day, our stories matter. So whether you're doing something for the barangay league or you're doing something that sends you to different countries, it's a story that's worth telling. And people who are in this industry, in the broadcasting industry, sports broadcasting in particular, parang they have this gift of storytelling. So if you feel like you're one of those and you can, brave the waves and just, have a way with words, then you should totally do this. You should totally get into sports broadcasting. Lalo na if you're a woman, because, I mean, Cheska's right. We do need more women in broadcasting. People think that it's such a waste for women to be in the sidelines, and they think that we can't talk about ball, but we can.
And clearly, Cheska and the Ricky have proven with much evidence na talagang women are very much, in kumbaga at the right place in sports with their experiences. For our viewers, I hope you got to enjoy this chat with Cheska and Ricky. So once again, this has been Off the Record with Migs Bustos with my very special guests, Cheska Litton-Kalaw and Ricky Flores-Reyes. Girls, thank you so much for joining us here, and see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Thanks,
for having
Migs.
us, Migs.
Good to see you, Cheska.
Good to see you. Bye.
Say bye.
I like how Dylan was like getting the earphones off and putting.
I know.
I know.
Measuring pa my temperature.
I have something to say, mommy.